everyone, welcome back to my channel, Life Unfiltered with Ruru. Um, so today we're back with another video of chit chatting, and what we have today is pretty much how to help your wife. Um, it's directed to men, let me say before I go into it. So today's video is directed mainly to men. Those who are about to have babies, who are thinking of having babies, um, and those who are already in it, who are still experiencing their wife pregnant. I don't know. Well, it's pretty much just suggestions, ideas. Maybe you're doing it, maybe you're not aware, but it's to help your wife during pregnancy, how to help your wife during pregnancy, and how to help your wife postpartum. And I am sharing this from a place where I have realized that some people, or let me say some men, don't know what to do. And some have a little bit of an idea, but don't know some items or how to apply themselves. So, first things first, I will say this from a good place. Having kids is partially not a death sentence. I hate, that's a terrible way to put it. It's more of it's a lifelong thing. Like, you can't wake up and just be like, oh, I'm not interested anymore. um as much as we talk about deadbeats, please try to avoid being one, because there is so much that you are deciding to ditch in terms of a responsibility that you're supposed to carry. And with that, I'm going to say, if you know that you're not interested in raising a child and doing anything towards forming life as a man, please wear condoms. Please wear condoms. And please avoid anything to do with producing life, because you are giving someone a responsibility, a burden that is so huge, that requires more than her to carry and run away and carry on. Anyway, we're going to put that aside and continue with today's chat. Onto the lighter note. So, for those that are 100% sure they want to do this thing, raising kids, bringing life to earth and stuff, I will start with pregnancy period and then postpartum. Actually, probably going into labor. But anyways, let's get into it. So, first things first, do yourself a favor and be prepared to carry anything heavy, especially late pregnancy. Be prepared to help her put on clothes, shoes, all sorts of things, depending on the type of pregnancy that they have. So with some people, they're fine, they can manage, but despite you looking at your wife and thinking she's fine, she can manage, please do ask her, is there anything I can do to help? Is there anything I can do to make it better? There's that. And be prepared. This is something that most men know about: cravings. She'll have cravings. She'll want something maybe that's not available anywhere close. Be prepared for that, because that comes with pregnancy. It's normal. It's not her fault. She just doesn't want to wake up and bother you. But yeah, that's normal. Then be prepared to sometimes hold her head to puke, because she might not be able to keep anything down and needs to puke a couple of times a day. I remember experiencing, I think, 4 months of not being able to keep a lot of things down except fruits and water. And yeah, the puking part was a bit brutal, I wouldn't lie. It wasn't nice. Anyway, on to the next thing. So do your best to keep a stress-free environment, both of you, the pregnant and the husband. um it's it's a lot to take on, and sometimes you think you're okay and don't realize your emotions, everything that's happening inside your body is affecting the baby. You're not gonna like that when you start feeling cramps and whatever. So both sides need to keep a stress-free environment at best, and that comes with better communication. If you know your communication is terrible, do me a favor and work on it, because one thing that happens is build up of things. You keep quiet, you think, oh, I'm gonna sweep it under the rug, whatever. And I'm speaking to both men and women in this case. Men also have a tendency of keeping quiet about things and going like, oh, I'm just gonna overlook it. And then the day that the wife says something, then they're like, oh, but you also do that, but I never talk about it. That is not the time. Learn to communicate, learn to resolve your issues, learn to work through whatever it is without stress. And even for her, physically and mentally, like, try to avoid anything. And by mentally, I mean if there's anything around her that is causing stress, try your best to talk to your spouse or partner and let them know, like, no, you know what, this is causing you trouble. Maybe can we try do 1 2 3 4 5 6 to handle this? And hopefully you figure out ways to go around it. Give her foot rubs. Listen, them feet get swollen. You look like a duck, and later pregnancy you're walking like one, depending on how heavy the pregnancy is. But do give her foot rubs, back rubs, especially lower back when she's cramping. You can even apply pressure with your hands. Just don't do too much pressure. Sometimes some people don't like that, some women don't like that, but try to apply gentle pressure, and that will help. If you can, set up warm baths. Fill up a bathtub near water. So avoid essential oils and stuff in case we didn't know. And just set up a warm bath. There are times where a pregnant woman feels cramps out of nowhere, and they they're not labor pains, they're just cramps that come here and there. And sometimes it can be ligament stretching, it can be her belly stretch, whatever is going on. You can set up a warm bath, not too hot because we don't want the blood pressure shooting. So a little bit warm, and you can even put some bath salts if you can, not scented to be safe. Put some bath salts, and I would say avoid lighting candles because there are some candles that have chemicals that are not best for pregnant women. So I would suggest just nice warm water, put it in the bathtub, open up, and she should sit in there for a little bit if you can. While she's sitting in there, a nice back rub and stuff. Give her a cup of tea, a cup of warm water, just to calm her down, make her feel better. And sometimes that alone can help. Keep some Tylenol, or in Zimbabwe that's paracetamol. Yes. Keep some paracetamol somewhere. Tylenol, acetaminophen, all three are the same thing. Keep it somewhere in the house. When they feel pain, when they feel cramps, sometimes you can give them that if they're willing to take medication. If not, you can also boil some cinnamon with a little bit of lemon for it to be drinkable. If they want, you can add a little bit of sugar. You can make it a tea. and that might help with the cramps. Those are the tips I have for you. Then the last thing, this one I need to go into deep because I know some men are going to be like, oh, why do I need to do that? African men, my beloveds. I know there is a time, maybe you're raised by parents where your father didn't cook in the kitchen. And if you're in an African country, e.g. South Africa, Zimbabwe, you might be able to hire a maid and, she will handle some of that. But if you can't cook, please learn to cook. I am kindly asking. Please learn to cook. And especially if you're in the Western countries, and either you moved from that side, African countries, and to the other side, or whichever, or it's just the two of you, even if you're staying there in Africa, do me a favor. Learn how to cook. Be it it's your wife teaching you, or you go on YouTube, or you find, a subscription to subscribe and get lessons on how to cook. Learn to cook, even just the basics. Please. Why? There are days where your wife is not going to be able to do it. And because some women have that internal, oh, this is my responsibility, or oh, I take care of this, oh, I always do this. They will feel the need to do it. They will feel the need to go no matter past off, but and despite them not feeling okay, they do their best to make sure you are sorted out, you have eaten something. And listen, that on its own is not a good thing. And I am not saying only cook when she's not okay. Cook, if possible, every other day, so that she can sit, lift her legs, and rest sometimes, and just talk to you, or keep you company, or whatever, while that's happening, or even while she's cooking, cook with her. That way you might also pick up some skills and stuff. And I'm going to explain later in postpartum why that's important. Because I let me say, most African homes that were there before our generation were set up in a manner where the wife takes care of everything, including the cooking and whatnot. Do yourself a favor. Don't be that guy. Because what you're setting yourself up is in a manner where your wife is going to be an entirely different person, in the sense that she'll get overwhelmed. Some women are fine with going like, oh no, it's okay, I can do it. But internally, as time goes on, the buildup is the buildup. It becomes a bad buildup. And she's frustrated, she's snapping, she's what. And you don't understand why that's happening. But in actual sense, she's not catching a break. She's not breathing. She's not getting a moment to herself. The more pregnancy goes, the more she's also overthinking about, oh my God, I'm about to pop, and this and that. And different women go through different stresses during that period, or let me say every phase of the pregnancy. So then you add, okay, I need to cook. Oh my gosh, I need to clean. Oh, the laundry. If you're handling cooking or part of the cooking, that lifts a little bit of weight or lifts the entire weight. Another thing is, when you see something that needs to get fixed around the house, don't wait for her to ask you to do it. Just do it. Take that laundry, go put it in the washing machine, or go wash it. I don't know, whichever way you handle laundry in the household. But go address it. If you need to go to the laundromat, go there. if you don't want to hand wash it. But in the end, you've removed something, a chore that needed to be handled. And if you see that the house is dirty or the dishes or whatever, handle it and don't wait for her to do it. Now, I know there's going to be a chat of, oh, why me? Why should it be only me? And okay, first of all, if you can afford a maid, great. Second of all, if you can't, this is why I said, if you have decided to have kids, or if you have signed up internally that you want to have kids, it's a huge responsibility. And having a spouse or a partner that's doing it with you, they are also taking on that responsibility. Now, if you have family that can support or family that can visit and handle some things with you and help, great. If you do not, I'm going to be brutally honest. It's time to actually, it doesn't matter. When you decide to have kids, it's not about you anymore. It's about the unit now. It's not about prioritizing certain pleasures at that point, especially the early phase. You need to set those aside and start thinking about, okay, for us to both manage to, or for my wife to be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I need to do 7, 8, 9. And once you figure that out, you're off to a good start. Because postpartum, some of these things you're going to need them. Now, I don't know if I left anything for the pregnancy phase. If anyone has any tips, ideas that they want to share with people or that I forgot to mention, please put them there in the comments.